if you'd want me to.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, we got the breakdown. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So nice. Yeah, I was right. 3%. Oh wait, no, it's the bottom one actually. So okay, 82% is gonna go to the producer who made the song. So we want the bulk of it because we want to encourage people to make tracks on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the sample artist has already been paid out of our initial, the top one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when we sell samples, they get 12. I think 12%. Do you mind scrolling up real quick, man?
Yeah.
I'll just double check. Yeah. Okay. So the sample artist gets 12% of each sample sold.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you scroll back down, the sample artist then gets 12% of each song
produced using those samples.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but okay, so our first artist is going to get 12%, right?
Yeah.
When we get a second artist, they're each going to get 6%. When we get a third artist,
sample artists, right.
So it's going to like chop up that 12%.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So if you like rip off an entire person's like, if you just use their entire like sample thing, that one person is getting like the biggest chunk of that automatically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's how we're dealing with it. And like 3%, I'd see like 2-3%. I don't know what that is all about, but we're definitely doing hosting fees and I guess Floppy royalties. Okay, we're taking 3%. I'm sorry. We're taking 3%, folks. Deal with it. No, I'm just kidding. We really wanted the bulk of it to go to the producer, though.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, this is on our marketplace. This
Mm-hmm.
is the contract that people are writing. Now, you could put it for 0.0001 ETH. You could put it for 10 ETH. You can choose what you want and sell your waves or MP3s. And this is after. So we got 2 economic models.
Yeah. So this is what I was actually going to be asking about afterwards. So like. At the marketplace, that's going to be somewhere where like somebody who wants to like listen to the music or buy the track, it's essentially going to be like a Bandcamp where it just kind of goes directly to the people who are producing the music.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit? How much are you on like the back end of like how this works with like ERC 1155 tokens, minting all of like. Both the samples and then the production of the tracks?
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed for this stuff, but I definitely know a hell of a lot more now than I did last year. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, my friend and I worked on the tokenomics of it, you know, and like how the functionalities would work, and I can explain that on here and like see if I do a good job of making it as simple as possible. It's really simple.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I understand, but we have we have our dev has written contracts with us before in different projects we worked on. I haven't written contracts, right? But I've done Manifold XYZ. I've done Open Zeppelin. Like I know Manifold's not writing a contract. I do understand. Don't come for me, folks. But Open Zeppelin, like I've done the copy paste and stuff. I'm not a coder, but
but you wet your toes a bit.
I've become a bit of an armchair, if that's the word, right? Armchair coder, where I'm like, like I made my website like years ago, you know, from scratch. So that's like a big feat for me. I'm like a copy paster, sampler person, but and I've learned quite a bit, even this road of Floppy, like because I have to like communicate with the Unreal Engine developer and make sure it works with our back-end developer, you know what I'm saying? And like kind of like bridge the gap and kind of understand what's going on. So that's where I've been with that stuff. And do you want me to explain the tokenomics of it, kind of?
Yeah, sure. It sounds. I mean, I'm very curious because like tokenomics is still very much like a very developing field of like economics, and everybody's kind of got their idea of how to work, how to make it like sustainable, scalable.
Maybe tokenomics isn't even the right word, but like the mechanisms of our tokens.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Go for
like
it.
What they do. So we're gonna have one of ones, and our first set is 1,000 of them, right? And that's the Floppy ERC 721 contract. That's what it's called, Floppy. And those are the samples. So
these are the dub plates, right?
Dub plates, not quite yet.
Okay.
So we have 3 tokens in our thing. So the floppy is kind of the holy grail, right? Because this is kind of like the jump off. So when a user mints a floppy token, they get the sample, right, in their wallet. Now that sample has been unlocked to the public. So anybody who enters Floppy can now use that breakbeat. But you're the owner of the collectible breakbeat, the Floppy, one of one. Now, upon getting this, you get our ERC 1155 token titled White Label. You get 3 of those white label. This is what you're seeing. This is white label accumulation, that little graph. So every week you get another white label. So eventually you'll have a shitload of white label on this floppy. Whoever is the owner of that floppy token has all that white label. So if you sold it, you would then lose all your white label. So the goal is to use your white label, right? Okay, and how you use your white label, anybody can come and make a track on Floppy on our system. And you can record and you can download it. If you want to then mint it on our platform, you have to burn a white label. And when you burn a white label, you are initializing a dub plate ERC 721 contract. And that is the song you just made, and you're selling on our platform.
Gotcha.
So you have to have white label to mint on our platform.
How do you get these original the original floppy NFTs?
You get them by our public mint when we launch. You go in there, and the mechanism is you stick a disc in the system, and then you'll see like breakbeats, and you click mint like in the in-game computer. Then then that's how you buy it.
Gotcha. But ultimately, it's the token mechanism isn't primarily as like a it is not like an initial like holder of value. It's like it serves its direct function in terms of like creating and minting and the music itself as like NFTs or samples of breaks of the songs that you're making, or songs that are
directly when you mint a floppy, you're directly helping and help create the ecosystem, because now that sample is available to anybody. So you are benefiting everybody when you mint one.
Roughly right now, how spread out have you like sent out like samples of like the for people to play with? Or, so before like the closed beta that you're working on, I know that you've sent out some demos to people to kind of like test out. How dispersed have you gotten so far?
Like how many samples do we have in there?
No, how many other users have you had like now getting experience like working with and like practicing?
I would say the amount of people that have played it are probably about 10 at this point, and it's been like a learning experience this whole time, because sometimes you just got to suck up your pride and be like, this needs to change. Like this needs to change, because we're trying to make it as easy as possible. So we're doing some like UI stuff right now.
Testing and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, when you keep hearing the same thing from people, listen to it and then like change it. You know what I mean? And like figure out how to change it. So that's been a really great learning experience. I don't know. I'm not so much like, no, this is the way it is. Like when I make music, I'm not like that too. If I trust you and really like your taste and I play you a track and you're like, you should do this to it, I'll listen to what you have to say, and I'll probably do it unless I'm really feeling this a certain way. You know, I want the best song and I want the best product, you know what I'm saying, for everybody. So we're digging into a bunch of that UI UX stuff right now, but at some point you just got to peel off the Band-Aid and just like put people in there. You know what I'm saying? And just like
insert people into Band-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. Insert people, shoot up the people. I don't know. Just like do something. Like I don't know.